Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
Can you just talk about, a little bit of a slow start, but then you guys really found your groove, and also, once again, the free throw shooting, 85%. Just how key is that? And I'm just wondering, is there something you guys have been doing to practice that, or are these just all
Well,
great free throw shooters, or what's going on?
when they shoot above 80% and we win, I owe them ice cream, and I think they like ice cream because I've paid up a lot lately. But no, we really talked about the value of free throws and how they can win you or lose your games. And our first exhibition game, I think we shot 40%. So we had a long talk about it after that. And I think they responded. We have good shooters. And when you can take care of things that you control, I think we could have done better on turnovers today, but when you take care of turnovers, when you take care of the boards, and when you take care of free throws, a lot of time the stars will align and it equals a win. So I want us to continue to value that, and I want us to start to work on some of those other areas a little bit more.
Can you talk about the performances of two women on the stage there?
Well, I'm just really proud of them. Early on, sometimes teams come in and they might be a little hot when they start a game, and I thought these two are veterans. Nothing bothers them. They know that if we just buckle down and play good defense and get out and run like this team is so good at and play good defense, good things will happen. And I thought they settled the dust and got us focused on what was most important, and that was stops. When we did that, we didn't allow them to drive through and get the baskets they were getting early. Good things happened for us.
For the two players, can you both just talk about, how you feel about the team being 4-0? Jazz, whole new team. You're like one of the only ones who stuck around. What are you thinking about this team now that it's 4-0?
I think that, like this team, we're really good and we're growing each and every game. Like coming off the win against Florida, like Coach really emphasized us just not being complacent and us coming out even hungrier against this team. So, that's what we just focus on, getting better each and every day. And we're still learning each other. We're still gelling, but it's all coming together soon. So.
And can you also, just
Yeah.
how's it going for you so far? What's the adjustment been like, and what do you think about your team? You led the team, I think, in scoring tonight.
Overall, it was a great team win. I feel like we're learning how to play with one another. But at the end of the day, we all just believe in ourselves. We're not worried about the outside noise. We know whatever team we go up against, we have a chance to beat them. So, we have that mindset each and every single day. So every single time we step out on the court, we're just playing hard and trying to get better and win as a team, honestly.
Last question, guys? Don't be shy.
I don't got no questions.
You gotta have some questions. I'll ask another question.
Okay.
When you're playing FIU, when you're playing a crosstown rival, they have everything to gain and you have everything to lose. And you could see at the beginning of the game, they're just so fired up to play you guys. You just talk about that, about playing a crosstown rival, the goods and the bads of it.
Well, let's face it. A year ago, that was the team I was coaching. A mid-major team that had nothing to lose and everything to gain. And so I talked about that mentality prior to the game, and we did it before we played Jacksonville as well. I think that when you play a veteran mid-major team that has a lot of talent, that could be a really tough situation if you're not ready for it. And especially, this could have been a trap game for us. You have a big win against an in-state rival, against Florida on the road, and you come back home, and if you don't take care of business, this could get a little messy today. But again, I think our veteran players stepped up. They kept reminding our younger players what was most important, and that was our focus and getting stops and getting out and running and taking care of the basketball. And I thought at times we looked really, really good doing that, and I think we still showed some signs of some things we can work on this week before we play Campbell. But very, very proud of the focus because we knew that they would be excited to play this game. I would have been if I was them. But we have got to focus on getting better each and every time we step on the floor. And I thought the good thing is we had different players step up today than stepped up in the Florida game, and that's something I keep preaching to them too, that it takes a whole team to have a great season. We can't just rely on just the starters or just the sixth man. It has to be a whole team effort, and I thought we had that today.
Jazz, were you worried at all when they went ahead after 8 minutes? Were you worried at that point? Or?
No, I wasn't worried because we knew they would come out very energetic, very fiery, ready to go. So I just once we settled into the ball game, everything started coming to us a little easier. So we just had to let everything settle in. So I wasn't worried about the score at all.
Trisha, did they do anything special to contain Haley after after 31 points against Florida. She had a lot of assists and rebounds, but not as many points. Did they do anything different to?
Well, I think the thing, she still had 9 shots. I think the shots just weren't falling as much today. And at times, I think they were aggressive, probably trying to deny her the basketball. And Haley's unselfish. She'll make the extra pass. I don't think it's so much that. I also think, we gave some other people some chances today when shots weren't falling for some of our older kids, and other people responded. So it wasn't necessarily a bad game for her. I think she did other things, and she helped fill the stat sheet in other ways. But the nice thing is when you can put in the people to my left and right, and they make things happen, as well as our freshmen. I thought our freshmen came in and gave us some good minutes off the bench. And really, their energy off the bench is nice to have, and their quickness. So Haley's going to have another big night again. But again, we talked about this even after the game. Who's going to be the next player to step up? And, tonight I thought Darion did. I thought Jazz did. I thought Danny Albies had a great job, or did a great job off the bench when our starting 2 post players got in foul trouble. She played long minutes today and did a great job.
Any questions for you guys?
Yeah, Coach, you spoke at a past news conference about capitalizing on the surging popularity of women's basketball. And, in 4 games, especially, new program for you, how do you plan on continuing to raise that attendance and popularity?
Well, one thing our team's done, and our staff's been really active in the community lately. There were probably 3 different Halloween events that our kids went out and signed autographs and gave out candy at the zoo, at Little Miami. We've been to the Race for the Cure in Hialeah. I've been to a couple different breakfasts in town that had probably over 100 people there to speak for a little bit, to hand out some of our schedule cards. But our players have done a nice job too, even after games, going into the stands, talking to people, reminding them how thankful we are and grateful that they're here. But I think it's not going to happen overnight. But I hope all these efforts will accumulate into a great outcome in that when people get to know our players, when they get to know our staff, when they get to hopefully watch us keep winning, I think winning and also relationships equal attendance. You've got to get to know people. And we also have to continue to get out in the stands afterwards. I love it when I see our kids meeting little kids that are here. When our players are out there signing autographs, taking pictures, I think that means the world to some of our fans that come to the games, and we want to continue to be accessible.
What areas do you think the team still needs to focus on this season to progress?
I think turnovers is one for me. I think too, we've been a little inconsistent at the 3-point line. Against Florida, thank goodness, we had a great shooting night and shot the lights out. But in the nights that we don't, I think one thing that's really rung true, and it did today, is we force a lot of turnovers and we can get out and run. That I love. We got to take better care of the basketball, and we've got to stop fouling and putting people at the free throw line at times. But I do think there's so many good things that happen tonight. This team shares the ball really well. They're unselfish. They're not afraid to make the extra pass for a better shot. And we have good depth of people who can come in and make something happen. But for me, it would be let's hit a few more threes and improve that 3-point percentage. I don't think we're a 22% 3-point shooting team. I think this team could easily be in the 30s, and I'd love for us to get back to that because we do have great shooters.
How has the adjustment period been? I'm sure you're enjoying the Miami heat and the nice weather compared to Toledo. How's that period been for you adjusting?
When I check the weather, I'm pretty happy I am where I'm at. But I do think too, like I've enjoyed every minute of it. This team is a lot of fun to be around, and it's fun watching them develop and grow together. And I'm excited about the potential of them. When the season's over, I'll start to explore a little bit more. But it's just nice to walk out to sunshine. There's something about that just puts you in a better mood. And I love all the things there are to do around us. I can't wait until there is time to explore that. But really, the focus right now is our team.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any other questions?
What will y'all be focusing on ahead of your next game?
Well, I tell you, one thing's legs, because, we had a road trip to Florida. We came back. We had a short time to prepare for these guys. Even though we've got a couple practices before we play them, legs are tired. This was a physical game, and I think as a coach, I've got to be really cognizant of our legs. So I think preparing a lot without wearing them out, because with having 3 games in a short amount of time, I want to make sure we have legs for that game. And that plays into shooting percentage too. You've got to have legs to shoot the ball, but we want to continue to take better care of the basketball. We want to shoot the ball a little bit better, and we want to learn how to defend Campbell when they come in here. So tomorrow's focus is going to be how do we defend their sets and how do we shut down what they want to do.
And then if both of your athletes could speak to your personal goals moving forward for this next game.
My personal goals, I would say to not turn the ball over because I had 4 turnovers and
God
I
bless you.
had no, I didn't feel like I had 4 turnovers, but apparently I did. So to just take better care of the ball, you know, just rebound the ball as well as I did tonight. You know, shoot a little better. I was 3 for 8. So and just, you know, keep playing as hard as I did tonight and carry the energy over.
For me, I would definitely say I'm a great passer, so I gotta cut down on turnovers. I feel like I can also rebound more, especially with my size at the position I am. And then overall, I'm a great shooter, humbly. But so when they pass me the ball and I have open looks, it's like my job to knock them down, and I know that. So just looking myself in the mirror, knowing next game I'll be ready and knock the shots down.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.